JP here again. This week we're going to talk about the Central Machinery 12x36 wood lathe I picked up at Harbor Freight. I've had this for a little more than 2 years now and done quite a bit of turning. We'll zoom in a little closer and take a look at some of the features. Okay, so some of the features of this lathe. It has adjustable speed here, goes 1 to 10, does everything I need it to do. I'm going from a pretty old lathe to this one, so it's worked out pretty well for me. One thing that I haven't used, but it is a feature on here, this whole head will actually loosen and swing out. So you could actually turn out here if you had to do some outside turning. Like I say, it's not something that I've had to do yet, so I haven't been able to make use of that. So one thing you do want to watch out for is after you've rotated the head around, go ahead and bring your tailstock all the way up here. And you want to make sure they actually line up as you tighten this down. That head does wobble a little bit. And to get them right on center, you just want to hold the head in place. And then make sure you tighten it down real good. And like I say, it stays consistent center to center right there. I haven't had an issue yet. I haven't had an issue with the tailstock. I do see a lot of people out there having problems with the bearings in these going. I have not yet. I did, however, pick up another live center for it. Just seems to work out a little bit easier if you've got large openings, if you're doing rolling pins, things like that. That does work out a lot better. We'll adjust the picture a little bit just so you can see a little bit closer here. Just wanted to give you a little bit better close-up on how easy it is to line up those centers again. So you'll hear that head pop into place. All you have to do is just put a little pressure on the head, get those centers lined right up, and then tighten it down nice and tight. And if you can see there, they are just about perfect. So I am pretty satisfied with that. There might be some people out there who are not, but that is plenty enough for what I'm doing. Now when you do want to change out your center from your headstock, they do send this rod here. You just want to slide it through the back here. Make sure you're hanging on to that center and just give it a tap. Pops right out of there. I did pick up a PSI chuck. Does work out pretty well. If you're doing any bowl turning, anything like that, this actually spins on, works great with this machine. So I did leave this swing arm on there just so you could take a look. It does come with that swing arm. Unless you're doing bowls, outside turning, something like that, you're not going to have much use for that. It does come off of there pretty easy. Loosen that up, slides right out. Then you can pop your tool rest back in there. I have seen some complaints on these handles breaking. Like I said, over 2 years I haven't had any of them crack. You have the same one on the opposite side over here. Like I say, haven't had any issues with those cracking. I keep it blown off, vacuumed off pretty regular. As you can see, I've recently been doing some turning. So the only real complaint I have about this is the tailstock when you want to lock that down. You really have to reef on that if you want that to stay in place as you're putting some pressure on the boards you're about to turn. If you don't, it will slide down the rail quite easily. So that, like I say, that is one of the issues I've had. That's pretty minor in my book of things. The amount of money I've saved compared to going out and buying a jet or something like that. I'm real happy with what I've gotten out of this. It does a real good job. Just made a handle for my rough and gouge here. I turn pens on it. A lot of people will only use the mini lathes or don't think to try and turn pins on a full-size lathe. This does a great job. It's point to point. As long as you tighten that headstock down in the right spot, it's going to turn true. You'll notice that I have the factory stand for it right here in the package still. I didn't use that. My old lathe was mounted to these 3x3 posts. They're bolted to the floor. It's not going anywhere, so I set up the new lathe on that as well. Alright, well I hope this review helped answer any questions you might have. If you do have more questions or comments, please post them down below. Please like and subscribe and check us out at dadfixedit.com.